In today's episode, I drive from Marseille to St Etienne, freshen up in a service station, head into the stadium for Argentina versus Samoa, question why this man in orange is so angry, and end up very, very tired.
Time for some rest.
My name's Tim Tunnicliff, host of the Amateur Rugby Podcast, and I'm here in France to show you the entirety of the Rugby World Cup. I'll be travelling the country, hitting the fan zones, showing you the in-stadium experience and getting the lowdown from all the talking points from what is sure to be an epic World Cup.
Yesterday, I headed back to Marseille, got a bike to the port, got scared in the La Pania district, then watched France versus Namibia in a bar that had a massive pink elephant outside it.
Good morning, welcome back to the Rugby World Cup vlogs. Leaving Marseille once again this morning and heading to St Etienne. Talking to a lovely French couple before I left Marseille this morning, and of course the big story from last night's game is the possible tournament-ending injury for Antoine Dupont. This French couple were from Toulouse, where Dupont plays, and yeah, they were despondent, upset, very sad. They said he's our best player, I said he's the world's best player, and of course they lost Untamak as well from Toulouse pre-tournament. So, not a good day for them. I sense we might see some kind of remarkable recovery or return, or some kind of face shield, some kind of mask. Time will tell. This could be the biggest story of this World Cup. And I got the time to tell you this now because we are crawling along this part of the A7. Haven't got much time today if I'm going to get to see Argentina Samoa later. So I'm hoping this clears up pretty soon. I think I prefer my unofficial travel, truth be told. Right, just stopped for a short baguette and a coffee. Now onwards, because I think I've just found myself a ticket for tonight's game. Get in! Just stopped again, and you might have heard it in my voice this morning, but I'm getting a bit worn out, a bit tired. Sleep hasn't been perfect these last 4 or 5 nights, to be honest, for various reasons. Last night, windy, just so windy. Like the fan was rocking, and not for the right reasons. And yeah, struggled a little bit last night. The night before, rain, like torrential rain, a little bit of rain, pitter pattering on the roof. It's kind of nice, it's kind of soothing. But this was like being in some kind of biscuit tin being pecked on by pigeons. It took some sleep away from me. Anyway, and then of course all the driving and all the excitement of going to the games, which I love, obviously, I'm not complaining about that, but just a little bit low energy. However, I've just stopped again. I've given my beard a little trim. I've had a shower. I even fixed a bit of the van which was flapping around. Fresh clothes on, which is just peachy. And I've got a ticket for tonight's game, which I'm now super excited about. I had no energy this morning, but now to go watch Argentina Samoa in the World Cup in St Etienne. Just magic. Plan now is to get there, park up, and then see what amount of time I've got left before the game kicks off, because I'm racing, to be honest. There's not going to be a huge amount of time, but let's see what we have.
Welcome to St Etienne. When I heard that I could get to this game, Argentina versus Samoa, I was like, man, I've got to do everything I can to get in that stadium. It's been raining a bit today. It's dried off now, but it's threatening a bit more, but can't ask for much better conditions to watch 2 sets of huge men run into each other. Argentina with something to prove after their first outing. They're going to want to put that right, and Samoa still well in the hunt in this group. It's going to be a massive night, and I cannot wait to get in there. First impressions from St Etienne, it just feels much more relaxed outside the ground. Lots of little bar areas, lots of space, plenty of facilities as well, which hasn't been the case at all the grounds. There's a few queues at the gates, but people are slowly filing in. All seems to be good. And the other big news from today as well, confirmed on the way down here, poor old Antoine Dupont has broken his face, basically, which means he's out to the semi-final. If France get there, who knows, there could be a miraculous recovery. crazier things have happened before. Now, let's get into this stadium because it looks insanely good.
Okay, half time, and it's 13-3 to Argentina. A try, 2 penalties. Samoa missed 2 very kickable attempts at goal as well. It's been raining incessantly the entire half, but both teams trying to play. Highlight of the first half for me is Samoa's tackling, especially the hooker, just whacking people. And the other highlight from the game was Theo McFarlane taking a one-handed line out in this soaking wet weather. Ridiculous. As you can see probably from behind me, the rain's finished now. Lovely evening here. Hopefully, if both teams continue to play as they did in the first half, we'll have a cracking second half. Also, it's easy to get food and beer here. Cheers.
The man in front of me seemed very upset and eventually had to stand up to vent his fury.
To go.
There we go. Finished up at the Stade Geoffroy Guichard. Argentina dominated the second half really, but got scant reward for it. Just 1 penalty and then pushing on towards the end. Still lots of errors from both teams, even though it was dry in the second half. And then Samoa got a break with some field position and managed to sneak over for a try with 5 minutes to go, which made it a 6-point ball game, and we thought there was going to be an exciting finale. But Argentina got back possession, nicked another penalty to finish up 19-10. Highlights for me were the fan experience here. Far exceeds anywhere else I've been so far. Easy to get food, easy to get a beer, easy to get in, easy to get out. Just all good. Highlights on the pitch, the Samoan hooker. His tackling was unreal. Theo McFarlane's hands. He caught a line up one-handed. He very nearly caught a kick-off one-handed as well. And although it was far from a classic, I'm very glad I went. Although I'm absolutely freezing. It is not warm at all here. And my day is far from over. Heading up to Lille for England-Chile tomorrow. And, well, the sun's only just set over there. So I'm going to hit the road straight away and try and chop off some of this 7-hour drive that's still ahead of me.
Back at the van. Still cold. It is 8:12 p.m. Let's see how many of those hours we can clock off tonight. I'd like to leave as few as possible tomorrow, but I think if we get 3 done tonight, that'll be a win, because I need to eat as well. Nearly be done. Still 4.5 hours driving to do tomorrow morning. Time for some rest. Much needed.
If you've enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already. So I'll see you tomorrow when I'll be at England versus Chile in Lille. Peace. And if you've enjoyed this episode, you can hit like down. If you've enjoyed this episode, if you've enjoyed this episode,